Before we get into the video, I'd really appreciate if you like, subscribed, and that's it. Hear me out on this one, guys. Despite what people love to say, despite the hate, despite the cope, despite everything people love to say about Jamahal, he has the best chance of beating Alex Pereira at light heavyweight right now. I know people say Ankalaev. We'll get into that later. I know people hate the cope of Jamahal. We'll get into that later. This guy, I mean, he kind of has the credentials. You know, maybe he's not the most elite kickboxer, you know, coming from different organizations. He's not a double champion. He's not anything like that. What he is, though, is a guy with power. And I've said this before. Power can carry anybody. And you know what he is also top 5 all time of strike differential in the UFC. Stats, statistics, look it up if you want. Top 5 strike differential. What he is a guy who can get out wrestled very easily. Besides apparently Glover. We're just going to ignore that. Alex Pereira's not going to take him down. And despite all the hate he gets, I want to ask you guys something. Take away the mental, or take away everything Jamahal said, right? Look at Jamahal as a fighter. Look at him as if he has no soul. He's just a fighter, no personality. He's the most boring guy ever. On paper, you kind of expect this to happen. If Jamahal wasn't hyping up the whole fight, which, be honest, I don't know, I'll be honest. One of the reasons I want to see Jamahal, or I wanted to see the UFC 300 main event, was because I wanted to see if Jamahal got humbled. There's always, with every great fight in the UFC promotionally, there's always that guy who can get embarrassed. Jamahal was that guy to get embarrassed. He did a good job selling UFC 300. If you remember when this was announced, no one cared. Everybody was disappointed. They're like, oh, I thought we'd have some amazing shit. Leon versus Hamza. People were saying shit like that, right? Nobody wanted this. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted this. It's like, we wanted something we don't ever see. We see Alex Pereira all the time. You know, Jamahal coming off an ACL tear. But let's just go into the fight. This was expected. Jamahal, he came off an ACL tear, hasn't fought in a year, comes back, fights Alex Pereira. This fight took very, very, like, how do I say this? It was made very close to the event. Very fucking close. If you remember, it was about 2, maybe 3 weeks out. We were saying, okay, we're going to get the event. We're going to get the UFC 300 event. No one knows what it is. They're racing for stuff. UFC has no idea what they're doing. UFC was like, oh, we have something amazing. But they didn't have anything planned. This was very shocking that it would be Jamahal versus Alex Pereira. I don't remember anyone really thinking this. But we got it. There wasn't much hype around it. But Jamahal, he made the hype around it. Despite you say, oh, I hate how like cocky he is. I hate how he does this. He's very egotistical. He copes a lot. This motherfucker's selling the main event of UFC 300. Like, let's be honest. We were all interested. We're all interested. You know, it's an Alex Pereira fight. But the press conference, when you watch the press conference and he's over here with a tiki mask, he's over here saying a bunch of shit, saying he's going to knock him out, saying he's going to flatline him, get his belt back. Delusion. He's just being delusional. You got to be honest. That made you more intrigued. If it didn't make you more intrigued, you're lying. Deep down, you're lying. That made you more intrigued. This guy did a good job selling UFC 300, and he understands. It's not, oh, he's delusional. And if he is delusional, good. You know, I'd rather have my fighters be delusional instead of my fighter being like, you know, man, I got knocked out, man. He was the better fighter that night. I'll never have a chance against him again. I love when my fighter says, I lost to some fluke shit. I lost to a fluke. Get me back in there. I'm going to destroy him at my 100%. I love when a fighter says that. Even though it's completely untrue. Even though it's completely delusional. I'd rather my fighter say that than, you know, man, it was just an off night, you know. He's better than me. He'll always be better than me. I go back in there and he knocks me out again. I want my fighter to be like, that shit ain't true. The ref stepped in. It was a setup by the UFC. It was scripted. It was, you know, he He did some black magic shit. I love when fighters don't accept their loss. And I'm gonna say it again. Would you rather see your fighter be like, okay, I didn't lose this. This was a setup. You didn't see this happen. I'm still the GOAT. I got knocked down the first round, but I beat him 9 out of 10 times. Would you rather see that and see him get humbled again, or see, I just there's no chance of me winning, but I just accepted this for the money. I'll try my best, but I know that he's the better fighter deep down. I'll just get knocked out again. That doesn't do anything. Like Alex Pereira, Jamahal Hill too. Would you rather see that, or just some random ass bullshit? Jamahal Hill Alex Pereira 2 is gonna be fucking amazing. It's gonna be Jamahal Hill being like, that was a ploy. I'm gonna knock this guy out 100% next time. I'm now my 100%. I'm now ready to go. He rushed me. He rushed me to take this fight. UFC didn't have anything. Herb Dean helped him get closer. You can't call off the ref. Like, this guy's gonna be coping over and over and spouting the most nonsense, even though he's acting like he just knocked out Alex Perry in the first round. He's acting like this fight didn't happen. He knocked out Alex Perry in the first round. He's gonna destroy Alex Perry again. I love seeing that shit. But let's go into the actual fights now, and let's just talk about it, because I've genuinely had this opinion for a long time. He has the best chance. He has the best chance easily of beating Alex Perry in light heavyweight. Now, obviously, you go to middleweight, you're like, okay, well, Hamza could beat him, Jerkis could beat him, maybe. John Jones could beat him, easy win for John Jones. Aspinall could beat him, maybe Curtis Blades. Light heavyweight shit. Light heavyweight is actual dog shit. At least with middleweight, we have new people, we have new fighters coming up. Or like Hamza, he wasn't fighting at all when Alex Pereira was coming around. He wasn't fighting at middleweight. If Alex Pereira ran into a Hamza early in his career, Hamza's murdering him. Even now, probably. It's like there's new people, new contenders. But Alex Pereira, he's at light heavyweight, one of the shittest divisions of all time. I mean, yeah, literally. Like look at lightweight, look at light heavyweight. Way bigger names, like welterweight. Welterweight's kind of not really on a downfall. They're getting new blood. You look at featherweight's top, and then you look at light heavyweight. Ankalaev, Yuri, Jamahal Hill. A guy who kind of, he's kind of mid at striking. His takedowns a little alright. Jiri Prochazka, he's kind of just a retard who doesn't really know what he's doing. Obviously he does, he's smart. But he's a retard. And Jamahal Hill is a fat McDonald's employee. He works a 9 to 5 fat McDonald's employee. It's not a great top 3. But people said, oh, Ankalaev, he's the guy to beat Alex Pereira. Is he? Oh, Ankalaev, he's going to take him down instantly and submit him. Is he, though? I mean, does he do that? I don't remember if he does that. I don't think he does do that, This is a guy who's very underrated in his stand-up. This is a guy who is very confident in his stand-up. This is a guy who spends majority of the time on the feet or just holding someone in a clinch. He's not going to take you down and submit you instantly. His kickboxing is very underrated. And there's a difference here, right? Let me just walk you through something. Magomed Ankalaev says, I'm going to knock out Alex Pereira on the feet. I'm going to knock him out. He doesn't get any hate for it. Jamahal Hill says, I'm going to knock this guy out on the feet. No shooting takedowns. Knock him out first round. He gets a shit ton of hate. But I'd rather hear that from Jamahal Hill, who I know is not actually going to hold him against the fence or shoot a takedown. I'd rather hear, I'm going to knock him out in the first round. And, he tried, right? He actually tried. He didn't shoot a takedown. He stood with him the whole time. Believed in his ability. And I like Jamahal Hill's chances of knocking out Alex Pereira more than I like Ankalaev. Ankalaev doesn't really have much power. Oh, good shit. You knocked out Kutalaba. Johnny Walker. Everybody's knocking out Johnny Walker. Like, everybody's using Johnny Walker like a glory hole. It's not really impressive. It's like Kutalaba, I don't even know where he is anymore. I like Kutalaba though, he's funny. Jamahal Hill, like, at least this guy, top 5 strike differential of all time. He has tons of power. He's already knocked people out before, like, really good. I mean, he knocked out Johnny Walker before Ankalaev did. And Ankalaev arguably should have got DQ'd for the illegal knee. But, Saudi Arabia, whatever, wherever the fuck they were, who cares? It's like, Jamahal Hill's not that different than Ankalaev. It's a crazy, I know, it sounds crazy. Jamahal Hill isn't that different than Ankalaev. Ankalaev's best win is Rakic, coming off a loss to Yuri Prohashka. And it was a pretty close fight, It's that's his best win. You could say Jan, but I mean that was a draw, so I guess not really. His best win is Rakic coming off a loss, and Johnny Walker, who just got knocked out by Volkan Oezdemir, and is now fighting number 13. You know what I'm saying? It's like, at least with Jamahal Hill, he's been there, he's done that. He fought Glover on short notice, destroyed Glover. He's proven that insanely high-level matchup. Ankalaev hasn't. He hasn't done that. Jamahal Hill's the guy, I'll knock you on the feet. I've done it before. He's sweet dreams, Jamahal Hill. Ankalaev will hold you against the fence. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather hear Jamahal Hill coping, being like, okay, I'm going to knock you on the first round. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Because I know he'll try it. If Ankalaev tries it, he'll get knocked out. He doesn't have the power to put away Alex Pereira in the first round or second. He doesn't have the technique. Neither does Jamahal Hill. But he has the power at least. You know what I'm saying? Ankalaev, if he does win, he's going to shoot a takedown. He's not going to be able to hold Alex Pereira against the fence for 5 rounds. He's not going to be able to outstrike him for 5 rounds. He's not going to be able to outgrapple him for 5 rounds. Ankalaev has been hit. He's been chinned. He's been rocked. Like, we've seen this. His chin is good, though. It is pretty good. But it's Alex Pereira. It doesn't matter how good your chin is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, in my opinion, to beat Alex Pereira, you can't be like the wrestling, oh, I'm just going to out-grapple you for 5 rounds. You got to be the, I'm going to knock you out. Take advantage of Alex Pereira's bad defense. Alex Pereira's defense is shit. His hands are like this. His head movement's good because he's tall and he's big and he's lengthy. No homo, no Diddy, no Jones. His defense isn't good. His head movement is, you need a guy that, okay, maybe I can catch you on the chin. Khalil Roundtree. Khalil Roundtree's the perfect example. Great performance against Alex Pereira. Because he has the power. Because he's not going to, I'm going to shoot a takedown on you and take you down. He had the power. Despite, he took advantage of Alex Pereira's weaknesses and his striking defense. Until the third and fourth round, whenever time it ended. You got to be that type of guy. Jiri isn't that type of guy because his defense sucks ass. Jiri's hands are like all the way at his hips. He throws weird hooks. Jiri got fraud checked. Like, you got to be the guy that can knock him out. That can get him out of there early. That can't just be like, okay, I'm going to stand with you the whole time. I'm going to wrestle with you the whole time. I'm going to be in the clinch with you the whole time. This guy has been working grappling majority of the time in the UFC. Alex Pereira's been working grappling. That's not really a hole that you can just put, just exploit. You can't just exploit that hole and expect an easy win, right? You gotta be the guy like Jamahal Hill that can knock him out. That's not afraid of him. Well, okay, I don't know if he's not afraid of him, but by the way he's talking, he's not. You gotta be delusional. You gotta be the guy that can be like, okay, I'm miles better than Alex Pereira. I'll destroy him in striking. You gotta be delusional to beat Alex Pereira. But, let's get into this. My boy. Look, first off, Aura. This is a guy who's walking up to Alex Pereira at the gym, at the UFC PI, knowing they're not going to fight, by the way. He knows damn well they're not going to fight. He already has a fight coming up. He walks up to Alex Pereira like the uncle that tells you, I could have been something in the league. He's flat-footed. I just love how flat-footed he is because he has no foot movement. He has no movement at all, really. This is the uncle. This is the uncle that said, if I didn't tear my ACL, I would have made it to the league. I would have broken the all-time rushing, the all-time rushing yards in the NFL. Like, This is the quarterback uncle who played football where like I could have been the Hall of Fame. I was a different level skill. Oh, what school did you go to? Oh, I was D4. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's aura. It's aura. Look at this dude, right? He fat. He out of shape. He got the towel around his neck. He's the guy at the gym that's like clearly out of shape, but he's like, hey, you got to do it like this. You got to lift it like this. I'm telling you, it's feel the core strength. You know what I'm saying? Feel the strength. You got to lift it like this. Just clearly giving you advice, even though he has no idea what the hell he's talking about. It's aura. This is the fucking guy. Delusion. He walks up to Alex Pereira and his coach, saying, "Hey, no Herb Dean, no Herb Dean. Let's fight." Alex Pereira's like, "Okay, bet." Throws the gloves at him, and he's like, "Oh, nah, bro. I mean, I didn't mean it like that. I said let's fight, but let's get paid for it. Like I ain't gonna fight you here." The amount of delusion, the amount of I don't even know what word to describe this. The amount of delusion. I'm trying to think of a different word because delusion's not it. The audacity to walk up to someone, say that you would beat them, say, "Hey, there's no, to tell, hey, there's no reps around, man. Let's fight." The audacity to say, "Nah, I'm good," when he throws the gloves at you is fucking insane, bro. It's insane. I love this guy. And it's clips like this. It's clips like this. If he gets that second title shot, that pay-per-view is gonna be fucking massive. That's gonna be the best pay-per-view ever. Cause you want to see, can he do it? If he knocks out Alex Pereira, I don't know what to say. No, you can't doubt him. You can't doubt him. Like Alex Pereira was respecting the hell out of him in the first fight. Jamahal Hill still has the power. You can't doubt him. You know what I'm saying? So just the audacity, the delusion to be like, "Hey, I told you to fight, but let's not do it here. I want to get paid for it. I mean, I know you threw the gloves at me," and they're just talking, having a decent conversation. Jamahal Hill still talking his shit. You can see it where he's like stepping up to him. The audacity to get the gloves thrown at you, saying, "Okay, you want to fight? Let's fight," and then saying nah, like, and then just saying no, and 5 seconds later be like, "Hey, I beat your ass." Like that's the it's the delusion. It's the good delusion you need to win fights, bro. I'm taking Jamahal Hill. Jamahal Hill champion 2025. I've been saying it at the end of my videos. Jamahal Hill champion, at least by 2026. Look, aura. Look at the lean belly. Looking like Dave Bunce, bro. Flat feet, everything. Wearing socks. Like, bro, look at these eyes. This is a man that does not fear God. These eyes, he does not fear God. He can somehow look a man in the eyes, talk shit to him, decline to fight him after the guy pulls up, and somehow not be scared of it. It's so... Bro. Look at this guy, bro. Okay, maybe he is scared. Maybe I'm glazing the fuck out of him, but like... This is the interactions that makes a pay-per-view, bro. This is the delusion. You gotta... Like I said, you can't be the... man, he just beat me. He's the better guy. I have no chance of beating him. You gotta be the... Yeah, that fight didn't count. You gotta be the Sean O'Malley. Yeah, that loss didn't count. I took it away. I'm gonna prove this guy wrong. Like, bro... He's the best. He's the only guy that can beat Alex Pereira at light heavyweight, right? Or at least he has the best chance, because anything could happen. Fucking random ass guy here, what the fuck going on, bro? Like he's just over here wilding out, bro. Like what the fuck is this? I'm telling you, bro. This is that dog. This is that savageness in him. I don't even think that's him, bro. I don't think that's him. That's that savageness though, bro. Like it's just the delusion, and people hate him. The way he and Aaron took those losses is something Jamahal Hill should study. I'm not gonna listen to this, like I said. It's the memes, bro. Like this, bro. Alex Pereira says, "Calm down, my son passed his test, and Dad will give you a second chance." A second title shot. He says, "Beat it funny how you rush little ass Roundtree and dumbass Yuri." like you were the man. Wait until the refs got in the way to swing at me. You will see me at 100% soon, and we will both know the fear in your heart. I need, I need this. We need this at light heavyweight. If Ankalaev becomes champion, there's none of this. He has a little bit of insults, but there's no delusion. There's nothing that makes it funny. This is the fucking guy, bro. But some of these facts, like, they're not even wrong. Like, he rushed Roundtree and Yuri. He just completely walked them down. No respect for them, especially Roundtree. No respect for them. I don't even think that's how you spell Khalil Roundtree anyway. That's not. Maybe I'm retarded, but that's not how. Like, he's right. He's completely right. Like, there was so much respect for Jamahal Hill. Alex Perry gave Jamahal Hill so much respect, and he just rushes in and tries Spartan kicking Roundtree. He destroys Yuri, walks him down, destroys him. All right. With Jamahal Hill, at least they were going tit for tat, back and forth. They were both landing some pretty good ones, and then he's not wrong, right? Like, Herb Dean did step in the way, and that's how Alex Perry got close. It's not. There's video evidence of it. Maybe Alex Perry would have done that either way. But the Herb Dean interaction was a weird interaction where it could have thrown Jamahal Hill off. It really could have. Like, it was a weird interaction. Alex Perry walks up to him. The ref steps in. Jamahal Hill's like, Jamahal Hill puts his hands down. He's like, okay, I kicked you in the cup. My bad. Let's reset. And then out of nowhere, Pereira's like, no, we're not resetting. We're fighting. And he has to get his hands up. He has to get back into the mood of fighting. And he gets knocked out. Like, he's not wrong. Like, some of it is complete delusion, but despite all the delusion, some of it, he's not wrong. And that's the worst part. He's not wrong. I hate that people are clowning him because he's my boy. But, like, bro, it's just delusion, bro. It's just fucking, this picture's crazy. It's just delusion, man. Like, how can you not enjoy it at least a little bit? You know what I'm saying? At least a little bit. You gotta enjoy it. You don't want to be the guy that says, I'm gonna lose over and over again. He's the better fighter. This is better for Jamahal Hill. This is the fucking guy. Knocking out random people at what? A Subway, bruh? A fucking Chipotle? Is this a Chipotle, bruh? It's just fucking, it's great, man. It's fucking great. But, last thing, let's go into Ankalaev, because some people think, oh, well, Ankalaev's got to beat him. I mean, like, he had a close fight with Rakic, who just got knocked out. Despite all the holding against the fence, they were kind of tit for tat and striking, it was a 2-1, it was 2-1 for Ankalaev. Johnny Walker, he knocks out Johnny Walker after Johnny Walker had a decent first round, you know what I'm saying? Johnny Walker is now, he just got knocked out by Volkan Oezdemir. Thinking about moving up to light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Should have got DQ'd for this, right? Had a good draw with Ankalaev, or had a good draw with Jan Blachowicz. Remember, it's round-based scoring. It's round-based. It's not, he outstruck him for the fight. That counts as the fight. It's round-based scoring, right? He has a good performance against Anthony Smith, but who doesn't, right? Like, Thiago Santos, he just signed with another organization. He's not in the UFC no more. Oezdemir's a good win, aging very well, I'll give you that. But, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't just take people down and submit them. He's a very underrated kickboxer. He doesn't take people down and submit them. I don't know why he thinks that, or why people think he's going to do that to Alex Pereira. He's not going to knock him out. His knockouts are Johnny Walker, Anthony Smith, and Ian Cutelaba. I was right, Ian Cutelaba. It's like I don't know who people think he is, bro. I don't get it. At least with Jamahal Hill, he's been champ. He's beaten Glover. He destroyed Glover. He destroyed Thiago Santos besides the takedowns. You know what I'm saying? At least with Jamahal Hill, he can back up. I'm top 5 strike differential. I have the power. I've knocked people out. When you look at the records, you're like, okay, You know, Jamal Hill saying that he's gonna stand up with Alex Pereira and knock him out isn't that far fetched. I mean, it still is, right? It still is. But I mean, it's not that far fetched if you look at his record. At least compared to fucking Ankalaev, yeah, he's gonna knock him out, right? Oh, my bad. He knocked out. My bad, bro. He knocked out Martin Prachnio, bro. Like, good shit. He knocked out Dachalung. I'm not even gonna try pronouncing, bro. He knocked out Ion Katulaba. And then did it again. It's like, bro. Anthony Smith. You just watched a Dominic Reyes performance. You just watched a Khalil Roundtree performance. Anthony Smith, bro. Yeah, Ruben Delici just beat him dominantly, bro. And then Johnny Walker, after he should have been DQ'd, he has a unanimous close fight with Alexander Rakic, who just got finished by Yuri. It's like, who, bro? Come on, you gotta give me something, right? You gotta fucking give me something, bro. The best fighter here is Jamal Hill to be Alex Pereira. So I'm just gonna end the video. I feel like I got my point across very well. He's aura maxing right now, okay? He's aura maxing. And if you ever heard of a trap game in football, a trap game is when someone is so bad, when someone's doing so shit, if you lose to them, it's a trap game. You know, they don't gain anything from beating you, but you lose so much from losing to them. That's Jamal Hill, Alex Pereira. That is Jamal Hill being like, okay, I have the worst rep ever. People hate me. People think I'm horrible, which he's not. People think he's horrible. If Alex Pereira somehow loses to this man, bro, that's a fucking trap game. That's going to be on Alex Pereira's head. If I lose to this guy, we got to run it back for the trilogy. The guy that's been saying, oh, I only won because the referee stepped in. He better not be losing to this guy, bro. But I'm a Jamal Hill fan, it's complete biasness. I love Jamal Hill. But, like, it is facts at the same time, right? Like, I've given you what you need to know. Obviously, wrestling isn't the best base against Alex Pereira. Even though the casual opinion is, oh, it is. You need someone that can knock him out. You need someone that will just knock him out. You can't go 5 rounds with him. His cardio's good. He is amazing planning. He'll leg kick you. And, oh, well, you can't walk. After the first round, you can't walk for the next 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. Or, who do we know that has beaten Alex Pereira in the UFC? Isreal Adesanya. Do you remember how? He was getting beat up. Isreal Adesanya was getting beat up. He shells against the fence, and he catches Alex Pereira. Hey, I cooked. I cooked with this shit. I know I cooked with this shit. You don't gotta tell me. But if you disagree with me, bruh, let me know. I just gave you everything you need to work with. Despite what it may seem, light heavyweight is pure dog shit. And Jamal Hill's the best guy to be Alex Pereira. That's it. That's all. That's all it is. Jan, he's aging. Jamal Hill has the best chance of being Alex Pereira. I'm into there. though. Jamal Hill, champion. Jamal Hill, champion 2025, 2026. I believe in this guy. I hope to someday give him an interview. And I'm supporting you already, bro. I'm already on your dick, basically. Like, just give me the fucking interview. I'm like your biggest soldier. He's the best. Like, he has the best chance, man. But yeah, I'm just gonna end it there. Like, subscribe, I guess. I'm gonna make a recap. Of UFC Tampa tomorrow. I want to talk about this. It's a funny topic. I like the topic. I like Jamal Hill, and it's just kind of crazy that he actually, despite everything he said, despite how much people hate him, despite his performance, he has the best chance. He really does, and I think y'all just, at that point, bro, y'all just gotta accept that he does have the best chance. But yeah, that's it. I appreciate it. Yeah.